Come on in here. Hey, y'all. Hey, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, y'all. Hey, it's Tracy time. It's time for another moment with me, Tracy T. It's here. We're here this wonderful Wednesday. So I want to know, how in the heckle, Jekyll, and Hyde are you? How are you doing today? Because it's Wellness Wednesday. That's my first question. How are you doing? Because I'm telling you, whew, we have had a lot, have we not? We have had a lot, y'all. It's been a lot. And I want to know, how are you? How are you doing? Because today's Wellness Wednesday is all about wellness. And I am going to continue my focus on the things that I have being about my friend Michael B. Moore. I am currently, as we speak, in a state of going through the grief process. And so, Wellness Wednesday is apropos because I am in the process, in the midst of the grief cycle. There's they 5 stages of grief. I've posted them on my website. I've posted them rather on my IG page and on this page. And for those of you who are new to the T Row crew, welcome. I believe in Team Eagle. I believe in a mindset like an eagle. We have an eagle mindset for the T Row crew. We're going to shift our minds and we're going to get our mindsets right. Wellness Wednesday is about connecting to that, being connected with that, and then reinforcing it. And so I am delighted to be here. I will honor where I am in my process. I will own where I am in my own process. And for this Wellness Wednesday, what I am doing is encouraging you to join me in that and honoring where you are and honoring how you feel. And then if you are in a grief process of your own, to identify where you are and know that it is okay not to be okay. Oftentimes, people don't allow themselves because they feel like they have to be strong for another person or for the family, or for whatever reason we don't afford ourselves the luxury that we anticipate and expect others to give to themselves, and that we actually offer up to other people to own where they are and then say it's okay not to be okay, but then we don't allow ourselves the same privilege. So I am sitting here with you today live at lunch to say it is okay. Now, before I get, that's part of one of my 3 for 30, but before I do that, I realize that what I'm doing when I do my updates, when I do live at lunch, y'all, I upload this to YouTube, as you know. And what I do is create a thumbnail after the fact. So I'm going to create a thumbnail now, and I'm going to make my thumbnail be very simple. It's just gonna be a quick steal. If y'all have seen anybody doing YouTube lives, they create a thumbnail. And so this is it. So I got it. Maybe, yeah, that's it. So today I felt a little stagnant today, right? I am in the grief process. One of my dear friends, Michael B. Moore, died, and I'm I'm feeling stuck. And so I wanted to get up and get moving, but emotionally I was feeling a little flat. So I'm honoring that. And so it's okay. So the first thing in my 3 for 30 is for you to be able to be okay with yourself. Be okay with where you are, with who you are. Hey, Adrian, how you doing? Hey, Panache Styles in the house. Hey, hey, hey. You want to get some time with Panache Styles? Go to Schedulicity and look for Panache Styles with Adrian Hughes. Adrian, we're talking about Wellness Wednesday, and for today, one of my 3 for 30 is first to be yourself. Own who you are, your everyday amazingness. I oftentimes say, and people sometimes misconstrue what I mean when I say be everyday amazing, and think that that means that you have to be this, lights and sparkling and shiny. That is not what being everyday amazing means at all. Being everyday amazing means that you are owning, identifying, acknowledging, affirming yourself, and whatever that is. Example, I said a moment ago, I am in the state of grief. This morning, I got up having had very limited sleep and realized that I have another day to do it. I thanked God for it, and realized that in the midst of that, in the process of grief, that I didn't feel like putting on makeup today, y'all. Full disclosure. Because I'm everyday amazing, I don't have to pretend like I'm something that I'm not. I'm being myself. The wonderful thing about being yourself is you don't have to worry about anybody else validating you because you're not a parking ticket. Hello? So I don't have to worry about being validated in the fact that I don't have any makeup on because I own who I am and my everyday amazingness. I am phenomenally made already. So my message to you, if you don't receive it because I don't have eyebrow pencil on and eyeliner and blush on, then that's on you. I'm still going to honor who I am and give you who I am and give you me. Period. So the first thing that I want to just reinforce and convey and just affirm that who you are is just fine, and just own it. Now, yes, each of us has opportunities to enhance who we are, to improve who we are, to become more realized in who we are and great. Hey, Magnolia Rose, mwah, I love you. But own who you are. Be yourself. I get tired. I get so dang on tired of people trying their best. I can't tell y'all for years telling me that I was too this or I was too that or I needed X or I needed Y and I was missing Z. No, I'm not missing anything. God made me just the way He wanted me to be. I'm right here, Tracy T. Rowe. I am loud. I am proud. I am all the things. I am loving. I am kind, but I will cut you smooth if you cross me, and I will cut you off. My cousin, who's a fellow February baby, LaCondra, said, what she's doing a horoscope challenge because February has Aquarius, the number one zodiac sign, and Pisces. And so she was saying, when I posted the thing to play with her and said, here's what the issue is with Aquarians, that we will love and honor you, but now we will get you together because we suffer no fools. We will cut you up and then cut you off. And so she came back and said something that was funny, but I recognize that about myself. I will love you fiercely. I will be loyal to you to the end. But now cross me, and it's over. That is just a fact. But that's who I am, and I'm okay with it. And the thing about it is, if I can tell you that, then I'm self aware. I'm owning who I am. So I'm telling you, the very first thing, own who you are. There may be some things about you that you think, oh gosh, I could do better. Then do better. Fix it. But it's still you doing it. It's still you being the driver for that change. It's still you being the catalyst for your improvement, not someone else saying from the outside into you that something is lacking, something is missing, something is void and invalid. Wrong, false, foe. You are just fine. If you want to make yourself better, all the things that you got as opportunities to pursue, then do that. But don't sit back waiting for somebody to validate you. You're not a ticket, okay? Tickets need to be validated. People do not. All right. I affirm you in being who you are. And that is being everyday amazing. So I'm everyday amazing. Every single day I wake up and take breath, and God has given me this gift of life. I'm going to be amazing in it. And something in the day that I'm going to do will be amazing. Period. Number two, I posted the grief process and said to honor where you are. It is important for you to know wherever you are, and it doesn't just have to apply to grief. We need to honor where we are and feel how we feel, that it is okay not to be okay. Too oftentimes, people walk around and feel internally that something is off, or that they are feeling sad and they're trying to repress how they feel, or they're feeling happy and they don't want to share that because they think someone is going to judge them because they're the other people outside are dealing with something. Own where you are and honor it. If you feel like whatever the emotion is, if you're feeling grateful, if you're feeling thankful, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling lonely, it is okay. And then honor it and own it. And if you know that it's counterintuitive or counterproductive to who you want to be, then y'all, let's do something about it. Especially in the Black community, it is so worrisome to me that we feel like it's specifically Black women, that we have to be these pillars of strength, that we have to be these mountains, that we have to bear all the weight that is to be on our own shoulders. No more. I'm taking that off the table. I'm polishing that up. I'm making that thing in front of our face. I'm taking it off of the shelf, out of hiding, where it's some unknown old school mentality that we have had to adhere to. And I'm saying, nope, wrong. If you feel like you need support, if you feel like your knees are buckling, if you feel like you already down and you need someone to help you up, say it. It is okay to not be okay. We need to hear that, because too oftentimes, for the demographics that I fall into, which is a woman and a Black woman and then a woman who's almost 50, that demographic, we grew up. And if I'm talking to you, then you with me. And if you don't understand it, then I'm blessing myself. But I'm telling you that in our demographic, any one of those categories, if you fit, you know that the logic and mentality that has been given to us from societal standards and values and mores is that we are supposed to be strong, and we are supposed to just, sit back and bear it. One of the things I laughed and said when my mom said, when I was young, in like elementary school, when somebody had an issue and a little girl had fallen and she was getting bullied, and I was angry about it because I didn't like the injustice that was happening, and I'm still true to that to this day. But the thing that's funny to me now, that was in my spirit at the time, was I said to the little girl, allegedly, that I wanted her to bear the pain and spare the tears. That's something that's ingrained. That's something that we're told, and we get that and we internalize it. I'm telling you, release yourself of that. You don't have to bear the pain and spare the tears. You need to be in a position where you can honor where you are and how you feel in your emotions, because too often we are swallowing stuff that we need to purge. Hello, somebody. Hello. I'm going to be quick today, because when you have had, and y'all tell me if this is true, when you have had a recent loss, when you're in the midst of grief, when you're in the process of one of the five phases of grief, it does something to the way that your mindset shifts, and it creates a very keen and very laser focused uh, perspective on what is important, right? It diminishes things that are of insignificance, and it literally creates a very tunnel vision on what is important. And if you're smart, you can use that and take that to kind of redirect some things, or correct a course, and give yourself some focus where you may have lacked it. And so our beloved Michael Moore had like the most amazing giving spirit. He had the most phenomenal heart, and he would pour out and pour out and pour out. And he was a conduit. As I told y'all Monday, he was a conduit for love, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I got a chance to have my life and his life cross, not just pass, but have some intersection, right? He and I were able to have this intersection, and I am gifted with the time, the minutes, the moments, and memories that I have shared with Michael. But what it's also done for me, y'all, is made me realize that for every minute and moment that I have going forward, it will become a memory, right? It will become a memory. And I get to choose what kind of memories I'm making with people. And if I am in a mindset or a headspace where I'm not able to offer up my best or give my best, it's okay. But I can communicate that in a way that will let people honor that, and for me to own it, and then hopefully work my way through it. And if I can't, then I hope and pray that me and you will be in a position where we can say, you know what, I'm in this valley and I can't get out. I need some help. And that needing help should not be this foreign taboo thing. We've got to get away from that. We've got to get to the point where we can own it. Which takes me to my third thing. And I'm so grateful that my pastor, Rosalind Nichols, is, number one, she's so smart, but she shares, that she's a sharer of information, because she wants us to grow in our love for Jesus Christ, but she also wants us to be able to develop our own understanding for how we process through things, including trauma, including grief, including joy and happiness, and all the things that make us who we are. And so I'm going to read this to you as my three for third. 3 for 30. This is my third thing. Um, Here we go. And this is a quote from the book Conflict is Not Abuse, Overstating Harm, Community Responsibility, and the Duty of Repair. This is by Sarah Schulman, and it was shared with me by Rosalind Regina Nichols. Excuse me. Oh, look, y'all already know. I'm waiting on you, Kroger. Come on through, because this is my favorite seltzer water. Kroger seltzer water and lemon. Ding. So this is the quote. If conflicted people were expected and encouraged to produce complex understandings of their relationships, then people could be expected to negotiate instead of having to justify their pain through inflated charges of victimization. And it is in the best interest of all of us to try to consciously move to that place. I'm going to read that again because I had to read it a couple of times in order for it to really get in. I'm going to read it to you one more time because I want you to understand what she's saying here. And it's right in line with Wellness Wednesday. It's right aligned, and that's how divine works. Because again, I prayed and said, I want to talk about wellness. What am I going to say? This was it. This was it. So this is it. I'm reading it to you again. Sarah Schulman from the book. This is a quote from Conflict is Not Abuse, Overstating Harm, Community Responsibility, and the Duty of Repair. Here it is again. If conflicted people were expected and encouraged to produce complex understandings of their relationships, then people could be expected to negotiate instead of having to justify. Okay? People would then be expected to negotiate instead of having to justify their pain through inflated charges of victimization. I'm going to pause right there. Ooh, hello, somebody. And it is in the best interest of all of us to try to consciously move to that place. That's powerful. That's unbelievably powerful because it takes what happened for you to have an expectation that is different. That's a complete mind shift. That's a complete and total mind shift. If you can get to that place and then we can expect it of ourselves and then expect it of others to consciously move to the place where we're changing our mindset from being able to negotiate to not have to go through and say, I need to justify how I feel, but then to rather negotiate and have a better understanding of what it is that you have instead of being a victim of what's happened to you, but to negotiate the understanding of it would be a true gift. What do y'all think about that? Because to me, that was powerful. I may have to share that so that we can, Magnolia Rose, we're programmed. We've been programmed. Anything when we come here, we're open sponges, we're blank slates, and we get things poured into us from our family, from words, from media. One of my things that I loved, Sweetie's Aunt Linda, because we got to Aunt Linda on both sides, said years ago that she protects her eye gate and her ear gate. We got to make sure we do that, but we get programmed. We get programmed to believe things, and then you never go back and challenge it. That's the thing. You never really go back and challenge it, right? You never go back and say, now, does that make sense to me? Or does that apply to me? Is it applicable? Or is it right? Or where did that come from? We never question it, right? We never question it. We just blindly follow, like, we're just robots by what Madea said, what Big Mama said, what Meemaw said. Well, some of the stuff they said was appropriate for them at the time. It may not necessarily be appropriate for us 2 generations down or a decade, even a family member, a group. Y'all hear me? You hear what I'm saying? You have to take things and know that you got to do what's best for yourself. That's the bottom line. So, and yes, and blaming. Yes, blaming. Because so often we allow ourselves to take what we had that could truly be something that was a traumatic experience that happened to you. And if you are in a position where you share that, then you get blamed. That's victim shaming, right? Ooh, that's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole nother conversation, but I can tell you what I know. What I know is this: you matter. You matter, and you are so loved, and you are so important. And it is important for you to know that you've got to do that for yourself. That other people are going to love you and they will assure you, but you got to take time to really spend some time with yourself and provide yourself with not just self-care, y'all, but self-love. We've got to really just honor and affirm ourselves and know that for us, I have my clients, and some of them I do exercises with, y'all, and I just say, just give yourself, just nurture yourself, just pat yourself, because there are things that we need, and so oftentimes those filters of vulnerability get just layered and layered and layered, and we don't know how to be vulnerable enough to say, I need you to hug me, I need you to hear me, I need you to just spend a moment with me. We have hardened ourselves to that, and we've got to just tap into that and break that shield. Y'all know how that magic chocolate used to go on top of the ice cream, and you pour it over there and it would be hot or liquid, and then you let it set and it would be this hard shell. Well, that's what we've done, and the ice cream is our heart, and we've just poured something that looks so sweet and delicious on it, but we got to crack that thing open and get back to the core of our hearts and really allow ourselves to be vulnerable and to own who we are and where we are and be okay with not being okay. I'm finishing early today, y'all, because I'm not taking up time that I don't need to give you information that I've already provided. Just know that you not only matter to other people, you matter to me. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. I want you to be well, I want you to be whole, and I want you to be happy. I'll pray for you, you pray for me, and we're going to watch God change things. Make sure you be yourself and absolutely own where you are and honor your feelings. And if you're in a grief process in the stages like I'm in, honor where you are. And I pray for you that you will go through it and come on the other side of it and come back to some sense of having a meaningful life, having had the grief process. I also encourage you to take ownership and know that we are in a position where we can shift the expectations that we have for ourselves and others with how we deal with the things that happen to us, including and especially the trauma that we have. That's it. That's all. I'm giving you a big cyber hug. Know that, again, I love you. You matter to me. There's nothing you can do about it. And I'll be back here on Friday for Black Friday, because every Friday at Live and Lunch is Black Friday, where we support, showcase, and highlight a Black business. And for those of you looking at this on YouTube, please subscribe, like, and make a comment on my channel. I love having you here. There's absolutely all kinds of things we can talk about and discuss, and I'm open to it. So that's it. That's all. Be everyday amazing, and above all else, live like it's a gift, because it truly is. I'll see you Wednesday, Live at Lunch.